It's not 6 o'clock yet. This is the worst part.
Close enough for government work.
Are we going to count down 4, 3, 2?
You ready? Good evening. It is 7 o'clock, and we are open for our council. We have a quorum, even though Steve Flynn will not be with us tonight. And before actually we stand, I would like to recognize that we have a special guest, Jim Carter, who has been our mayor and in the previous years, as well as our town manager. Would you like to stand up, Jim, so those who are in the room can see you? Yes, thank you so much for what you've done for us. There he is. Thank you for your service. Also, I want to again restate that all of the documents that you will see in the agenda can be found online. I encourage you to go online, use our website for your source of information because it's there for your use whenever you need it and for your purposes. So I encourage you to continue accessing the website. We can stand now, please, and the invocation is given to us by Joel with Barra Church.
All right, let's pray. God, I thank you for freedom and our government and my friends in this room, these people that are here, concerned citizens, first responders that protect us and care, and our leaders and town staff. We're just so blessed, God. We're so blessed, and I pray that we would understand how blessed we are. And I pray a protection upon these people. Guard their hearts, physical bodies for sure, but their hearts, their spirits. Don't let them grow weary in doing good. Bless the meeting tonight, God. May we just continue to work hard to have Trophy Club be a great place to call home. And thank you for these servants that just give and sacrifice. And would you bless them? Through Jesus I pray. Amen.
Amen. Stacy will lead us in our pledges.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. Maggie, do we have public comments?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is an opportunity for citizens to address the council on any matter pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.007. The council is not permitted to discuss or take action on any presentations made concerning matters that are not listed on the agenda. Presentations are limited to matters over which the council has authority. Speakers have up to 4 minutes or the time limit determined by the presiding officer. Each speaker must have submitted their request to speak by completing the speaker's form or may email mayor and council at trophyclub.org. And we have Mr. Carter is going to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Thank you. I'm Jim Carter. I live at 1005 Roadrunner Road in Bartonville, Texas. If you don't know where Bartonville is, it's just over the hill over there. And I want to start off with something I try to always do when I address councils or any kind of public official. It's to say some words to you that you haven't heard enough. Those words are thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do for the community. Thank you for being here. I know the dedication that you have, that many times you miss events in your family or friends and that sort of thing. So let me say thank you because I know what it means and I know that you know what it means. Thank you very much. I also represent half engineering firm. We're pleased to be doing your park and your thing. And I want to tell you that we've just changed the management of that organization, and we brought one of the top people in the state on that project. He has credentials out the kazoo. They're just tremendous, and you'll enjoy him. He's a fun guy to be around as well. He's here tonight. Stand up, guy. There you go. And so, and that's it. But again, I want to thank you again for doing business with HAF. We're one of the finest engineering companies in the area, or I wouldn't be associated with them. I had plenty of other opportunities. So let me say one other thank you to you. Thank you, and the pastor stole my line, for making Trophy Club a great place to call home. I still own a house here. Thank you.
I know you do. Thank you, Jim. Are there others?
No.
Okay, thank you. So we'll go to the community spotlight, and any update from town council members? I know there were some busy town council members last week, so have some fun, tell us what you did, tell us what you did for Trophy Club, what you learned. Please, anybody want to start?
I'm good.
Nothing from,
It was busy. Went to
something you
TML.
learned that was of interest?
I learned there's a lot of people all over our state that are in municipal government, and a lot of sacrifices that are going on. A lot of busy people. And it was a great conference, learned a lot. Yeah. that's
Good,
it.
thank you. Dennis?
I'll pass.
What about
You were
National
there
Night
too?
Out? National Night Out.
Well, we
And
have
TML.
That's,
I have to get these guys to talk.
I
mean,
ran
I took
into you.
him
You said you were
around.
no,
talking.
I
You were
understand,
visiting
but,
with
you
people.
know, that's part of the education process of talking with people and meeting and getting educated at TML. That's what it says here, update. Thank you, Mayor.
You're done.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to speak for Dennis. Dennis and I got in the car, and Luann actually went with us, and Dennis's wife, Sandra, and we had a great evening last Tuesday evening, visiting the various different neighborhoods for National Night Out. We had fried fish, we had barbecue, we had hot dogs, and we saw a lot of children. And honestly, it gets dark too soon, so we didn't get around to everyone. And the last one we went to, we couldn't even find each other, it was so dark. But what a great evening, and I appreciated Vicki Hardy coming here the week before, presenting the National Day Out. And I encourage everyone, take this opportunity, get your neighborhood together, have some fun. And I had one neighbor, she said, you know, this is my second year, our second year. We're doing better. I said, well, give it 5 or 6 years, and it's going to be great. So don't stop. Get invested in your community and be a leader in your community. That's my message from council update. Carl, you have an update?
Well, I do. First off, I'd like to recognize Patrick back. Is that Patrick hanging around the
Good,
back there?
yeah.
And on November the 10th, he's going to be commissioned in the Navy. So we're going to have a little commissioning ceremony. So if anybody wants to come over, and I'm not sure what Navy people do to each other on commissioning ceremonies. I know what happens on the Army side. But if you know what that is and you want to come celebrate that with him, please do. What time are we going to do that on the 10th? 10:30.
And where?
11:10
And
at the Veteran Memorial Park.
Okay, so everyone in Trophy Club is invited to come out and support your residents in their service to our country. And Patrick, we're so proud of you and happy for you, and look forward to hearing. You need to come back for updates, you know, like this council update here.
He's been working on this a long time. Finally
Have you?
came through, so
right?
congratulations for that. He has. Yeah.
So how long have you been working on it?
23 years.
Well, welcome. Welcome home. Thank
The
you.
proof that if you don't take no for an answer, eventually they'll say yes.
That's just great. Thank you, Patrick.
Second-
And also, Patrick serves the town in his service for the park board.
Second thing is, we have moved the First Responder Appreciation
Yes.
event
Yes.
from, up to November the 4th. So first, that's a Saturday, isn't it? Well, my
Yes.
brain is a little
It's-
mushy tonight.
It's forward.
From 3:30 in the afternoon until we're done, which will be about 6 o'clock. We're going to recognize the Trophy Club Police Officer and Firefighter/EMS of the Year. And we're going to award scholarships to children from both Roanoke and the Trophy Club Police Department. Applications are out. I think we have like 26 applications that have been asked for, requested. Don't know how many we'll get back yet. We are raising funds. Trophy Club Rotary is now a 501c3 foundation, so any donations that individuals or businesses make are tax deductible. And if you work for a company like my wife works for Textron, they'll match donations to a 501c3. So you can see me for information. Chastity Murphy is actually heading up the drive to raise funds, and we're also taking gifts for gift baskets. We always give those first responders of the year a gift basket that'll have cards to restaurants for dinner, may have some different things from businesses around town. So if you have something like that, please get with me. And I want to say thank you to Peter Andres Jewelers. They are, again, our presenting sponsor. They made a $5,000 donation. This is, I think, the third year in a row that they have done that. And they said that if we raise $20,000, he'll kick in another $5,000. And we're about halfway there. So if anybody wants to help us help more of the first responders' kids, please reach out to me and let me know. And I want to thank Beck Properties because they have been really good about working with us to arrange the event over there in the town square.
Well, good job. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Jeff?
Unfortunately, I had a standing meeting for National Night Out, so I didn't get to attend.
We got to yours too late.
Did you?
The lights were out, yeah.
According to Chief, it's usually the best one.
Well, the others might compete with you on that, I'm not sure, but it was just, it was fun. It was just great. What about,
I had to put him on the spot a
what
little
about
bit.
TML? Did you learn anything there for the town?
I didn't attend TML.
I thought you did.
I did not.
Well, that's why I didn't see you.
That would be why.
Okay. Luann?
Well, I didn't attend TML
I know.
this year either, but I did get to attend Diane Edmondson, our Denton County Commissioner's update on all of our road projects in Denton County. It was great to talk with the engineers that are putting it together, find project start dates, and just a wealth of information. And I've requested that all that information be shared, the PowerPoints that we went through. As the 377 corridor continues on, they're moving the start date of the little area between Trophy Club and 1171 a little bit earlier than we anticipated. So there's going to be a lot of road construction, and we'll have the information up here on file if anyone wants to look at it.
Any other thing? One other thing I will say, I was also at TML, and I can't tell you what a great honor it is to represent Trophy Club. I'm just telling you, we have a great place to call home, Jim Carter, and thank you very much. It is, all you have to do is sit in those meetings, sit by people beside you, hear about their town, think about, oh, man, it's a great place. And I am so thankful to be here, and I'm thankful to be your mayor and to represent you in environments like that, because it's an honor. I can just tell you. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the town update. Town manager.
Mayor and council, thank you. We did have Pet Fest this weekend also. Thank you for attending. And that was a great turnout for our town. We had a lot of vendors, and the Parks Department and Animal Control did a great job getting that up and running. We did have some damage over the last couple of weeks on some of our property. So we've got the monument sign cleaned up. We're working through TML to get that repaired with the insurance company. And they're also working on the fence on Bobcat and Parkview. So we'll hopefully have that damage cleaned up as soon as the insurance company gets back to us. And then again, thank you for talking about National Night Out. We did have 7 locations with parties. They were well attended. And yes, they did shut down as soon as it got dark. But we did, between the police department, fire department, made it to almost all of them. And so it was a good thing for the night. So that's all I have. Any questions before we continue on?
We're good.
All right, thank you.
Questions of your town manager?
Last meeting, I talked about that trash pickup over there, so thank you for getting that done. It looks a lot better.
Good. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Maggie?
Okay, consent agenda. 2, consider approval of the September 25th, 2023 regular meeting minutes. 3, consider approval of the September 27th, 2023 special meeting minutes. 4, consider approval regarding the interlocal cooperation agreement, ILA, between the Town of Trophy Club Police and Fire EMS Department in Denton County for the use of a radio communication system for the fiscal year 2023 to 2024, and authorizing and authorization for the mayor to execute same on behalf of the town. And 5, consider approval of 22 purchase orders for fiscal year 2023, 2024.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve and accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. Those opposed? Passes. Thank you. We go to the individual items, and the first one will be,
Number 6, discuss, consider, and take action on the Trophy Club Community Pool Project Phase 2.
okay, and we will have presented by
Ronnie Angel, our
Ronnie.
Parks Director, will
Okay.
visit.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for the opportunity to come up tonight and speak with y'all. A couple of council meetings ago, it was brought up to bring the pool project back up. So what we have for you tonight is a little short presentation. We'll mention we do have Mr. Carter stole my thunder and introduced Kirk Wilson already, but Mr. Kirk Wilson with Half and Associates will be here, and he's helping out with the project right now. So if we could go to the slideshow. So this is, a lot of this is from the November 8th council meeting from November 2022 that y'all had. And so some of the slides are the same. We have updated some of them for some of the completion of phase 1 that's already been completed. So what I'll be going over tonight is the site plan, kind of the budget numbers, and the proposed improvements for the pool project. So originally, the slide was where the kiddie pool was, over towards the Parkview Road. And we decided is probably, that's one of the most utilized features of the pool is the kiddie pool. So we're trying to figure out a way we could keep the kiddie pool and still add the extra features. So we bumped the slide to between the splash pad and the competition pool. And then the party room is on the far right over there. And that's just kind of a placeholder right now. It's going to be placed someplace over towards the splash pad. We're still working on the exact location. But the thing about the party room is it can be used year-round for private birthday parties or small events if anybody has them. So in phase 1 that was completed before the pool opened this last year, we had some concession, restroom, and office renovations, as well as an upgrade and replacement of old pool equipment, pumps, filters, that sorts of things. And that came in just under $1.2 million. And that left about $2.8 million left for the whole project of the $4 million that was originally allocated for the pool project. So in phase 2, it'll be the slide tower, the party room, and some on-site improvements. So this is kind of a rendering of what the party room could look like. Again, it'll be open to the pool. People can rent it for a private party during the pool season, but also it can be closed and the pool can be secured and people can rent it in the off season as well for private parties and different things. And then the slide tower is a two tower slide with one slide that's completely open and one slide that's enclosed, and just to kind of give different features as children are sliding down the slides. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody may have. And Kirk Wilson is here also to help answer questions.
Any questions?
I have a question
Go
as
for it,
well.
Jeff.
Go ahead. You were first.
On the party room where you have it sitting now, is it closed off to the water areas? So does it have access from the outside gate with no access to the pool side?
It will have access to the pool side, but we'll be able to close it off when the pool is closed for the season. That there will be no access at that point.
Okay, yeah. And then second, did we get rid of the kiddie pool?
No, we kept the kiddie pool.
So on this rendering here, we've got a regular pool.
The
this one that shows the slide tower?
Yes, that's a plunge pool for the slides to come in.
So
where
where does the kiddie pool go? Is it still here?
It's still in the same
just not-
location.
it's
Yes,
just
we're
not a
not,
Picture,
it's on the far left over there.
okay, but not this one, correct?
Correct.
Okay, okay, but it's still there,
Yes.
okay, that's all.
I have a question regarding, you indicated some of the allocation will be for site improvements. Do you have any idea what that might be? I'm not asking for details or anything, just what are some of the big site improvements?
Probably the biggest one would be the current fence that's
Okay.
around the property.
Oh, okay.
It's older. There's some areas that aren't necessarily compromised at this time, but could become compromised if we do not pay attention to it.
Now's the time to do it.
Yes.
Also, I have one other question. What's the age limit on, could I go down the slide? What's the age limit on the slide?
Mr. Carter can go down the slide.
Oh, okay, Jim, here we go.
So
I'll
I like
make
the
it
way
that.
you
There's-
handled that. That was pretty, that was diplomatic there.
Very good. Okay,
So he's
That's
helping
great.
promote it, so
that is so
we're
good.
going to get him down the slide.
I love slides. Okay, other questions?
So,
Lou-
so Dennis is rather quiet today, so I'm going to ask a couple of detailed questions. First off, in the first phase, where we upgraded the existing pumps and system like that, were there any upgrades done to it to accommodate the slide? Or is that going to require more equipment?
Originally, there were pumps put in for the slides, larger pumps. When we decided to keep the kiddie pool, we're having to get new pumps for the slides, the new slides. But we could take the pumps from there and move them over there and get smaller pumps to put them back where, because they don't require as big of a pump.
Not as much water flow.
Correct.
Okay, and the other question is on the party room, if we're going to be using this all year long, access to the restroom is going to have to be done, and
There's restrooms in the party room
there will be restrooms
Yes.
in the party room.
and a little kitchenette area.
So the way you see it on this diagram is not where it's gonna go, because the stage goes right there for July 4th. So it's either gonna be on the corner north or south, where it is today.
It'll be closer to the parking lot so that people will be able to get to it in the off-season as well.
So it's either going to the parking lot for Independence Park or the pool, depending on which, it really comes down to how do we get the utilities to it. So that's what we're talking to the engineers about. It's one of the final steps to figure out. We draw power from up north or from the south side.
Okay,
But it is a self-contained building. Has its own bathrooms, kitchenette, and stuff, and so it can be isolated from the pool facility during the winter, and then opened up to the facility during the summer.
and obviously it'll have requisite HVAC system.
Yes.
Dennis?
Okay. You got three major things here. You got the slide, the slide tower and plunge pool, the new party room and miscellaneous, and you got 2.7 million. Do you have a breakout of how much goes to much, in other words, how much is miscellaneous?
I believe
How are we doing on the
miscellaneous,
breakout?
I believe the plunge pool and slide, I didn't bring, you have those numbers? If I remember off the top of my head, and I can go look.
No, that's all right. Don't remember off the top of your head. I have a hard enough time doing that too. Good.
I'm Kirk Wilson with Half Associates at 431 Arrowhead Drive, Allen, Texas. We have those numbers. I'm getting into the project right now, so I can get those numbers for you. I do not have them in my head as at this point, just
Okay.
getting into it, but
I
we
would
can
like,
get
I
all
would
that.
like to get it, and if I have any questions or whatever, I'll bring them up at the next agenda item where I have to talk, I can talk in the front.
So, and so right now, the reason why it's back tonight is because we're transitioning from phase 1 to phase 2. So now's the night to make a decision. Do we want to continue with the project as it's reported, as it was approved originally? Do we want to alter it in any way tonight? Because we're at a turning point in the program, so now's the time to do it, where we don't lose too much money going forward.
should.
No, I understand, and I'm fine, but I mean, I'd just like to know how, you're asking to go forward with 2.7 million, and I sure would like to have a little bit more detail than just miscellaneous or whatever. The other thing is, it was brought up at one of the previous meetings about how big that party room is going to be.
That's what I want to know.
Has there been any conversation over making it bigger or more expanded or anything like that? Or could it be added on to later if we were to wanted to spend more money to it?
And that was one thing we're finalizing with the numbers, is to get those numbers to be real numbers. The numbers we had the last time we spoke were like $900 a square foot, which didn't make sense to any of us. So,
I'll build it for Nate.
Whoa, my
right,
goodness.
so that's why we asked for a new team at HAF, and we have one, so we're gonna get real numbers, and we'll be able to have real discussions about what we can do. Because that number you see is, you approved $4 million for the program, and so now we're gonna make sure we're spending it wisely and getting the right numbers.
No, I understand, and I knew that's where you were going. It's not like I wasn't informed on some of this stuff, but at the same time, I'm not ready to vote for it. Not until I have some real numbers. If you need a temporary, hey, we want to get this going, if we can get whatever, and I need another 100,000 or whatever, fine, have at it. But I can't, I like phase two. I'm all for phase two. I like the pool, I like the slide, I like the kiddie pool being where it is. I just would like better numbers for me to vote.
Right, and as we move through the project, that we have to come back to you with asking you for the money.
Okay, so what are you asking for us tonight?
That's what I was going to
That's-
ask.
that's-
I mean,
that-
so,
Yes.
so when we brought this to you a couple of times ago, it was requested that we talk about not doing something. And that's why we're here tonight. Are we not going to do it? Because if we're taking the slide out of play, that's a big component. It's almost $1 million to this project. So if we're not going to do the slide, we really should know that now.
Oh, so you want to know if we agree with the components of the recommendation?
Is the Parks Board going to be involved in this, or are we past that?
Well, they made the recommendation to go with the slide.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
However, before we go forward, I have another question. Regarding this party, I'm just wondering, what's the maximum number that will hold, and think about adults in there? I'm thinking this could be, we're always looking for a place to have events, meetings, and so forth. Would this be available to other than just kids?
I believe the seated, it's roughly 1,200 square feet of party room space, minus the restrooms and kitchen area. So I believe it's probably between 25 to 35 people seated at tables. And then
I'm
if we
sorry,
just have chairs,
a total of 25 people at tables?
25 to 35 people, we have tables in the room.
Okay.
If we take the tables down, just have chairs, the number could go up somewhat, but not,
Okay.
probably still under probably 40 to 50.
Well, we're always looking for places, and it sounds like there's going to be a lot of downtime. It's not in terms of it not being used. So we may want to look at how we can offer this to the town as a place for meetings or
HOA meetings,
whatever, yeah. So let's
Master Club.
get creative about that. Now, but we would be charged if we use it, correct? So there'd be a fee to it.
That would be probably the recommendation from.
Yeah, well, hey.
What would be the purpose if they were going to rent for a birthday party? Are they going to just have their own party and do their own thing, no access to the pool? Or would that be something that would be included?
During the pool season, the pool would be included. They would just have their own, kind of like Hawaiian Falls has little cabanas that people can rent. The people would be able to rent the party room for their own little birthday party.
Okay,
Or if you go to like Urban Air or
right. So there would be no really
Altitude.
amenities other than the room on the
Correct.
off-season? Okay.
Okay, that's good
Mayor, I
information.
had a few questions.
Luann?
So the engineering on the utilities as far as where we're going to put that party room, because I've seen it rendered to where you would enter it from the south side, from the main parking lot. What you showed us tonight was on the east side, where you said the stage is that we usually use. So how much engineering needs to be done to determine if we're pulling them from the north or the south?
So my understanding is the utilities for that we'll have to tie into the water and sewer are in the baseball parking lot. So the closer we could get it to Independence Park East with the baseball fields, the closer we would be to tying into water and sewer. Wouldn't have to run the lines as far.
Show me with your cursor where you're anticipating it, if you could, please.
Probably right here in this corner. So it's close to where we,
I'll be darned, I can't see it, I'm sorry. Where
just-
are you?
It's up there in the
just north of,
top right, where the line, the boundary line is.
Where's the-
Just at
There.
1
Top right.
o'clock from where it's at now.
All right,
Top right.
all right. Party room, you said about 1,200 square feet when we don't take into consideration the restrooms and the kitchen, and you're thinking an occupancy with tables of 25 to 35? That seems awful low. You
I'm
had-
just,
Yeah. But 1,200 square feet's a big footprint for tables.
Correct. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to look at the numbers. That has been in discussion. Ryan and I have been discussing that to see if there is that ability to kind of bump up some of those numbers. Right now, that's just the way it's calculating, but we're going to go back and reevaluate that as well.
Good.
Just to
Yeah, I
make
think
sure.
it'd be a more efficient use of space if we get more
Yeah,
tables
yeah,
into
if we can-
1,200 square
If we
feet.
can up the numbers, that'd be great.
All right, last question. Well, two more. Prefab. Is this party room prefab or are we building it on site?
I believe it'll be built on slab.
On slab?
Yes.
Okay, so built on site. It won't be a prefab that you're
Correct.
going to just bring in. Okay. Project timeline? You get the go-ahead? Is our engineering done except for the utilities?
I honestly don't know that answer right now because I'm diving into the project as we speak. So
That's
what
where our time and money is spent.
I know. And we're trying to set up some meetings this week to get with everybody to get it all corralled and see what we have going forward.
Okay. I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to see it
understand.
happen. We could eat up another 100,000 engineering for the turn of the year.
As far as I know, most of the engineering has been worked out. To what extent from some of these changes that are showing, I don't know what those changes will be as far as to retrofit everything to get it to where it needs to be back to kind of square one based on the previous design.
So after you have these preliminary meetings, when is this project start date for phase 2?
We are hoping to have everything designed and ready to go out to bid by first part of January. Designing or bidding projects in December is a terrible time. There's a lot of people shut down for Christmas and the holidays. So we're looking at going out first part of January, opening the bids probably the first part of February, and then start construction. The slides would be the first component that would be built. So the pool will be ready to be opened in the end of May, Memorial Day weekend. And then the party room, it'll be worked so that if it's not 100% complete, we can fence it off, but the pool will still be open, and then we'll finish the party room as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's going to get complicated if you're trying to do construction after we open the pool. I would prefer seeing that timed out a little bit better. By either, I know the bid process and I know how long it takes, and it is a process. So if we can't get it done by the time the pool opens, I would be wondering if we would do the party room as the phase after the pool's it's closed in September. That's
that-
just a suggestion.
That'd be an option also.
Yeah, it might make the space more useful. Did you have another comment?
Yeah, I have just a couple more comments. I was thinking that we were going to be able to say yay or nay tonight, and I'm not ready. I have one thought, and I understand there's been some changing of personnel and things, and that's really kind of messed things up a little bit, but I was hoping to have some firm numbers and some firm. If that party room's going to be $900 a square foot, my vote's no. Forget it. Okay, it's totally unrealistic, and it's, once again, a total waste of money. I would rather see, if I understand you correctly, I would rather see council give a consensus, not a motion two, but a consensus that we like Phase 2 as you're proposing, and then come back, if it was reasonable, Kurt and Angel, to come back on the 13th with some real numbers and some really, something that we could say something to. Okay?
Yes.
I understand it's been through the Parks Board, and they're, even though it may not be unanimous, but it was basically for this, and I'm for it too. But I'm not for spending 2.7 million frivolously.
I have a question for Kurt. I don't know if you've had time to look into this or not, but with the slides that you've got up there in the rendering, what kind of space does that take up land-wise? Because we have tournaments that are held there. How much space is that going to take away from tournament usage? Because we have swim teams that are in there, and we have parents that are there. Is that going to be gated off? Is it going to be fenced off? Are we going to be able to house tournaments that we normally do? And does that show that in that rendering? Have you looked at that landscape yet?
I have not.
Okay. Is there a way that we could look at that to see exactly
Yes.
what square footage
Yes.
we'd be losing?
Yes.
Okay.
Other comment? It sounds like that what we want to do is approve or accept these three particular areas, but we want them to go back with what we're asking and come back with us how we're going to spend the money and when and what. Does that make sense? Is that fair? All good? Do we need? We don't need a motion.
No action?
No,
What date would that be? Would that be the,
The next meeting is November 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No,
No.
Oh,
It'd be November.
okay, got it, yeah.
It'd be the November meeting, the second week of the month, whatever date that is, after my birthday. So, yes, that'll give you some time to really look at and hear some of these questions, concerns, and get your feet on the ground to know what we're talking about.
Yep.
That'd be just great.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Ronnie, I want to say thank you for helping us through these last months.
yes, thank
As
you.
the interim park director, you've just helped us greatly. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 7.
Number 7, discuss and consider approval of a resolution appointing members and chairpersons to the Animal Shelter Advisory Board, Building Standards Commission, Parks and Recreation Board, Planning and Zoning Commission, Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Number 1, and Zoning Board of Adjustment, and appointing members to the Crime Control and Prevention District, Economic Development Corporation, and Ethics Commission.
Okay, is there a motion to approve this resolution of appointing members and chairpersons to the boards?
I move to approve a resolution appointing members and chairpersons, item 7, as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Is there discussion?
Let me get to that point. This is where I like paper better. Chief, which page in the packet is where this at, or
It's 412.
The very back.
412, okay. Now you know why I didn't print it out. Ah, here we go, okay. I have no issues with the majority of this, except for my God, where is it?
Page
The tax reinvestment zone. I would like to consider a different candidate for the chair.
Who would that be?
At this point, I would say perhaps Rebecca Barksdale.
I'd support that.
She's the county rep.
Yes, that's right. Then I would have to go with Aaron Ross then.
Do you know Aaron Ross?
I met
Just
one
curious.
time briefly.
Okay. Other? Is there a second to that?
I'll second.
Okay, Stacy will second that. All those in favor? All those opposed? All right, then is that correct, Mr. Attorney?
So my understanding is you've made that one change to the resolution now, so the resolution itself, if you're ready to vote on it, still needs to be acted on.
Okay. So now we can act on the full resolution, of the
If there are
full
no-
item.
if there are no further issues from any of the council members, then
So what we'll do then is, do I need to call that a vote again? All
yes,
those in favor?
it'd be a motion and
Okay.
a second on the resolution as a whole.
Okay, Luann, would you make a motion, please?
I've
Well,
already
that
got the
motion's
motion
already on
there.
the floor.
Well,
We just need to vote on it
I thought he
It's-
said we need to
As amended.
as amended.
Okay. As amended, the motion has been made. All those in favor? All those opposed? Thank you. Thank you. Motion passes, and we are now to the future agenda item.
Mayor and council, thank you. One of the items is the Hogan's Glen drainage. We're still working with the HOA, so the current document is with the HOA attorneys, and we're waiting for a response. So we don't have that, it's been a while, so Dean let me know the other day, he's still waiting on a response. The next thing will include the roundabout at the November meeting when we have our workshop. Both this roundabout, our current roundabout, and our future potential ideas for a roundabout or stuff will be discussed in November. Short-term rentals, Dean is still looking at that, so he hopes to get back to us, if not the 23rd, on the November one.
The city of Dallas is formally being sued over that.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing. He and his team are reviewing legal issues right now for short-term rentals, so he'll update us on that.
Yeah, I talked to TML lawyers, and not that we wanted to talk to another lawyer, but, and basically was told by several of the lawyers and also some of the people there that, yeah, you can have one, but you have to have a budget for the lawsuits. And that's where we're sensitive to, so.
I think that's an accurate statement, and to word this as correctly as I can, the fact that the city of Dallas has been sued over their ordinance is probably good for the state, because we believe that they took on their ordinance with the expectation of being sued, and they have the budget to try to defend that. There are a lot of smaller cities and towns that are contemplating adopting short-term rental regulations, and the reality is, you can put a bullseye on your chest if you do, and so it'd be good to have some of the Texas courts ferret out some of the legal issues before you take on something that's going to just invite litigation. But, yeah, these are hot topics in a lot of communities that we represent as city attorney, and we are watching this issue very closely.
Well, isn't Fort Worth being sued as well?
Fort Worth has taken a stance on this, and they're very favorable. I live in Fort Worth, very favorable to my neighborhood, but the reality is it's iffy ordinance that they adopted.
So the question is, okay, if, at least in my mind, I don't know how the other council people would be, is this is a topic we want, but at the same time, we want to wait for it to go through the court system and know that it's an approved or a acceptable type thing. So does that mean we keep it on? Since this is a long-term issue, it's going to take a few years to get through those court systems, I would think. So we want to keep it on the agenda or not?
We can leave it on the future, this list, and just keep updating as things come available. We won't
Okay.
update it every meeting, like I'm sort of jumping over a few of them right now.
Sure.
The ones that I have updates on, that's why we've added an update date.
Just don't want to
On our
waste
list.
staff time on something that we
Right.
know is a long-term
Right.
project.
And-
Okay, thank you.
And just so I can put it on the record, Mr. Wayne Olson is here tonight representing our town and our attorney. So thank you, Mr. Olson, for being with us tonight.
And he has a
So-
flag.
Aye.
Going back to this, I'm wondering, because we do have citizens on occasion writing to the council and/or to whomever else regarding this topic. So I think it'd be great if we would keep communication to the town, where we are, what's the next step, where the concerns might be, like,
Right.
let them know what we're doing.
And that's something we'll work with Jill and her
Good.
team to put
Okay.
messages out there. We do have policies and procedures and ordinances that require, if you're renting your home, to come to the town and notify us, let us know. And we do have other ordinances that help with noise ordinances and things like that. So, yes, we will do something more on social media.
Thank you.
And our website.
Thank you.
So, the MUD feasibility report, I sent that to you to review. We did get that in. And so we'll put that on a future agenda item to have a further discussion about that in the next couple of months, maybe the retreat. But we did get that hard copy, and so it may take a little while to review it. So, but just wanted to give you an update on that report is in and we've moved forward with that. So we'll sit down and talk about that in the future. So, anything anybody want to?
Yes, on number 10, the Bobcat roundabouts.
Mhm.
We know that with the change to the school times, that it has had an impact on
Yes, it has.
traffic. Mostly, I'm understanding it's positive impact.
Yes.
Perhaps before we get too involved in this, we need to go back and redo the study and refresh it and make sure that we are in a position where we need it. Because if we don't, we can always kick the can down the road a little bit. If we-
Right. Yeah, we're-
Especially with the fact that they're gonna be rebuilding that stadium, and we don't know what that traffic flow pattern could possibly be.
Yeah.
Although
So TMP is going to be involved in our November meeting, and I'll get with them and give them some of the data we have so we can work with some of that stuff. So, yep, thank you.
Any other comments? Good job. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. All right, we're going to go, I encourage everyone to stay, don't go after we go into executive session. So we'll be coming back out in about less than 10 minutes, right, Denise? Less than 10, it's going to be fast. So we are going to, it's 7:47, we're going to executive session, please. From executive
Okay.
session.
Pursuant to the following designated section of the Texas Governmental Code, annotated Chapter 551, Texas Open Meetings Act, the town will recess into executive session to discuss the following. A, Section 551.074, personnel, to deliberate and consider the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of public officers or employees, to wit, town manager.
Thank you. 7:48, and we'll go into an executive session. Very Yes, I'm gonna wait for you, but I just hit it. Okay, it is 8:01. We will reconvene into our regular session. And I'm going to make a motion to approve as presented the contract for employment of Brandon Wright as the Trophy Club Town Manager. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Is there a discussion? Is there a vote? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. And I would just like to make a comment that the action tonight completes the members of the Trophy Club executive team that reports to the council. This is an executive team aligned to do the right thing at the right time, in the right way, and for the right reason. And at this point, I would like to say thank you to Patrick Arata for doing just those things, the right thing, the right time, the right way, and for the right reason. We owe you a great deal of gratitude, appreciation, and all the things that come with it. Thank you so much. This is a good job, council, and we did this the right way for Trophy Club. We worked hard as a council. We used a process that was fair and just and reasonable, and our goal with the beginning was to get the best town manager, and we have. Brandon Wright will join us for the October 25th council meeting, at which time we can introduce him formally to the Trophy Club. And we will also have a meet and greet for the entire town. Stay tuned. It won't be until January, but stay tuned. And we thank you for being here tonight and online. Appreciate you as residents of Trophy Club. And, you know, I failed to say along this line when we talked about boards, we had more applicants for our boards this year than in the past. It was a record setting. And that suggests to me that people in this town are saying, you know, we have opportunity here and I want to be a part of it. And I'm very happy to be the leader of this town and to be serving with our great council. So is there adjournment?
I make a
wants to
motion
adjourn?
to adjourn.
Yes, second. Done. Done. Thank you.